All right, so there is only one life, and that life is God's life. And God's life is always expressing its livingness. And this entire universe is a manifestation of this one presence living its life. And it is living its life here, there, and everywhere. All of it. There is not more God living itself in one place versus another. There is only one life, that divine loving presence living itself here and now, and living itself right now in, through, and as each one. And so this one life is one. There is no division, no separation. There is only one, and each one is with this one with this one, and an expression of this one, a unique expression of this one. And because each one is this one personified, all of its qualities and all of its capabilities are present right where each one is, and is present and available to be operated and expressed through each one. Each one is able to use all of these divine qualities. And so any belief that one is all alone, or isolated, or quarantined, or is somehow restricted in their access to this one life presence is not the truth at all. And this word erases, evaporates it, and vanishes this idea wholly and completely. So that each one is now, beloved, now, the child of the divine loving presence, inheriting its entire kingdom of goodness in every possible way. Each one has total and complete and unconditional freedom to choose for themselves that which they desire to experience and express in, through, and as themselves. And everything in the universe agrees. Everything in the universe cooperates and makes way for the great expression of life that is each one's. Because the greatest good of all requires the greatest good of each one, and the greatest good of each one is to express the goodness, the abundant bounty of love and joy and happiness, to express this life easily, effortlessly, and freely. And so in God, there are no boundaries, there are no restrictions, there are no limitations. There is this one loving presence giving all of itself to each one, and each one is now expanded in capacity to accept it and to use the gifts God is giving them. And so each one is this day starting a brand new, fresh day, with the fresh vitality of the living spirit within, with this ability to be fresh and new and look at this universe with sparkling new eyes, and to be filled with new ideas, new inspiration, as well as new joy and love and new ways to be that uniqueness that each one is. And no matter how much anyone has expressed of this uniqueness, because this one is infinite, so is each one. And there is infinite potential within each one now and always. And it is from this infinite possibility within that each one expresses this day. I am grateful that each one is expressing this day in a whole new way, with more of an experience of health and vitality, freshness and newness, with greater freedom and lightness of being than ever before. I am grateful that each one is expressing this loving presence with a more harmonious and happy interaction with others, and with a deeper, more meaningful connection in that relationship with others. I am grateful that each one is healthier than ever before, and in this health being fully supported in a greater way than ever before, so that each one has a perfect outlet and the support for expressing through this outlet these unique talents and abilities that each one has, that each one is discovering new talents and abilities and new ways of being that true self that each one is. And the universe and all that is in it supports it, agrees with it, says yes to it, is happy with it. And so each one is expressing more of themselves and being more supported in that expression than ever before. And this includes in all ways, even in the ways of the world, because the ways of the world are the ways of what God is creating for humanity. And there is a way, always, in the world's operations for each one to express that unique self that they are. And so there is no denying, there are no glitches, there is no hoops to jump through, there are no man-made, human-made rules or regulations that can interfere with that free-flowing expression of life that the divine is expressing through each one. And so the way is clear. All systems are go. Everything in God is supporting each one. And because God is everywhere and creating everything, that means everything is supporting each one. So there is no lack, loss, or limitation. There is no restriction. There is nothing to be feared in that outer world, because everything is colluding for the greater good of each one. And so I am knowing that this is the truth, that a new way is being made right now for each one to experience and express greater good than ever before. All systems are go. I am grateful. That's the truth. So I now release it to God's universal, all-powerful, all-knowing law. I know it is done, and done exceedingly well. And so it is.
So it is.